Attitude, habitude, gratitude.
The next super middleweight champion of the world. This is our time to rise.
Well, and you have 10 minutes.
Perfect.
Hi, Albert.
Hey,
Nice
Luiii.
to
Hi,
meet you.
nice to meet you. Well, I saw Uppercut, and you did such a fantastic job. And it was a boxing movie I wasn't expecting. What I really loved was the juxtaposition between time frames, and you were the heart and soul of that film, hands down. So congratulations. I think it was great.
Thank you so much. Wow, I appreciate that.
So my first question is, what inspired you to take on the role of Tony?
I think her story is like super inspiring and so important to tell nowadays, to have really this strong female character in the center of, yeah, a male dominated industry. And I think that she shows us that it's worth to fight for your dreams, that it's worth sometimes to not take a no as a no, but to find a different way to still get what you want, even though she might be this privileged white girl, but she's still struggling in her own ways with her life and her purpose. And so it's, I think, important to tell her story, and that it's worth fighting for your dreams, especially for young women.
Yeah, and not just that. I mean, also in the present scenes, when you first meet your protege, you had those doubts with him too. And I remember your character rebuffs him, but then eventually you kind of see that same fire in this protege. And I think that's
Yeah.
what makes it works, because we get to see the position you were in with Ving Rhames' character, the coach, compared to your experience with your protege. And I could tell that this is like not just about you being, someone who struggles, but this guy's struggling too, because he wants to live his dream to become a boxer. And you eventually do see that. And I think that's amazing. And I think that's what really helped the film work as well.
Yes, I think that makes it, even for me, so interesting to play both parts, to be on both sides of it, to once like to be this protege, to want to get this attention and to want to get the training, and then 8 years later, Tony's on the other side and she can decide if someone, yes, she gives her attention to, but to I think she takes a lot from her experience with Elliot. She learned so much in this very night from him, that she was able to also give it to her proteges. And I think, yes, it's interesting to have both perspectives and to see her journey through this.
What was it like working with Ving Rhames? Because to me, that guy is a total legend, hands down.
Uh, Same to me. I mean, he's amazing. He did all these amazing movies. He worked with these legends. He's a legend himself. And well, I mean, at first I was like super excited and of course a bit nervous, of course. I mean, yeah, to meet him, but he was so kind and he was so open uh, to me at the very first meeting when we had our first reading. And he made it really, really easy for me to work with him. And he was so curious about me, about the whole project. I think he and me, we found a natural connection through this. In the movie, I play a young German girl living in New York who want to get trained by a legend like he plays in this movie. And in the real life, I also was a young German girl who want to be eye to eye with a legend like Ving Rhames is. And so we kind of deal this in a natural way. And this was really so nice because we had like off camera, we had almost the same conversations like we had on camera. And it was such a great experience to work with him.
So he gave you some great advice when you were off the set about, everything works.
Yeah, too. He definitely did this. And but not only that, we also talked about life and bigger pictures. And yes, it was really a great experience.
What was the training for you like for this film, since you had to play a boxer and someone who's progressing? What was the training like? I bet that must have been something to endure.
It was super intense for sure, but the thing is that I was a professional athlete in my youth, so I kind of was still in good shape, or at least I do a lot of sports still nowadays, and so I knew my body quite well. But I would say boxing still is something totally different, and you really have to learn this sports completely new. And I worked out with a former world champion here in Germany, and she did an amazing job. She was really a tough cookie, so I had really intense sessions with her, and then I also went to gyms in LA, and I really tried to explore the whole variety of the sports, and I really enjoyed doing it.
Would you consider doing that again for another film if you had the opportunity?
I wouldn't say no to it.
So what would you say was the biggest challenge for you throughout shooting in terms of shooting the film, if you had to pick anything that you felt was daunting for you? And
Mm, I think, yeah, the mixture between the physical and the emotional part, and to bring it together was a bit of a challenge, but also like, for example, the Ali imitation, I was like really, I had so much respect for this, and I wanted to not, yeah, I mean, we choose to do it in this kind of quirky way. It is a funny scene, but still, it's, I mean, you're up to some expectations here, right? And so it was like, oh my God, am I doing this? But yeah, this was definitely a challenge for me, but a fun thing in the movie.
awesome. Well, like I said, you did such a fantastic job on this film, and I would love to see you do something like this again or something even better. And with that said, is there any new project that you can talk about that's coming up?
Um, I'm developing a TV series nowadays, and also going to produce and star into it. But yeah, it's that's what I can
It's a work
say.
in progress.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Awesome. Guys, Uppercut is coming out on February 28th. We got a rising new star here in Luiii. Think she did a fantastic job in this. And if she doesn't get some sort of accolade for this, I think it's wrong, hands down. I think she's going to she did fantastic in this. And I can't wait to see what comes next for you. So, congratulations.
Thank you so much. So nice to meet you.
Same
Thanks.
here. Stay awesome as always. All
Thanks. I
right.
will.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.